So the last movie of the year or the sneak movie of the year, and it was okay. Like as a comedy, it's okay. As a sports film, it's okay. It's nothing special, but it's also not worse. Like there are definitely moments that are funny. I laughed a couple of times. It's very interesting, the story about the American Samoan team being really, really bad at like everything. And there's a great sense of humor in this movie, so nobody takes it too seriously. It's not like they want to try to tell a serious sports story. It begins with the director in character starting to talk. So that's on the one hand, it's very telling that the first thing you see in the movie is actually the director. But on the other hand, he plays a very comical character that tells us that this story is based on true events, but it's basically over exaggerated for comedic effect, which is nice because it is basically from the beginning, it is clear that the core of the story is true, but everything is just more colorful, more interesting, more funny that it's actually happening, which is kind of nice so that nobody thinks these things actually happen all the way. The story then unfolds pretty much as every underdog sports story, so it's like nothing to celebrate, nothing to be mad about. It's just a normal movie. The one thing that I found very interesting, and I actually had the wrong idea about this, is that there is a transgender person. And given the climate we live in, I thought this is like an added on thing to score some political points because the character becomes the focus of the story a bit, but there's actually no reason for it because he, back then, this person was still legally a he, so I think it's okay to call him at this point a he, is not the best player. He's late. He doesn't pay attention on the pitch. He just fixes his hair. So, like, there's nothing that actually stands out and makes this person like a focused player. But somehow he becomes the focused player. And it's not really made clear by the storytelling why that is. So, I assumed it's just because to push this character to the forefront. But that is a mistake on the storytelling part because at the end you see that this character is actually real. Today, this person is a she legally and with all that comes for it, and was actually the first openly transgender person who play in a World Cup qualifier, which fair enough, like that's good. So the story of this person is actually real, but it's told in such a strange way that it feels like just a political thing when it isn't. So I don't know. It's like it's really interesting the story of this character when you see it in the end, the real footage, but it is so overblown and so unnatural put into the movie that it seems kind of fake when it isn't, which is a shame because it would be very interesting to see the actual story of this character um, and the entire team. But yeah, this actually happens. A lot of things, a lot of training montages in the movie actually happened because at the end you can see real footage of this training taking place. So it's the core is very interesting, and it's I think on the one hand I understand that they made it this overblown comedy because it's more entertaining, it's something to laugh, it makes everybody happy, it's very nice. But on the other hand, I think the story of this character would have made a quite interesting serious movie. So it is, I don't know, the funny parts of the movie are really good. The more serious parts of the movie don't really work. It's like the movie doesn't know how to handle the serious stuff, which is a shame, like I said, because the actual story would be very interesting. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like that I focus too much of this being a comedy and didn't take the serious part seriously because the movie opens up with the line that this is basically a comedic retelling of actual events. So you don't take the things that seem serious seriously, or because the movie doesn't match the tone. I don't know. It's strange. It's I don't want to say that the story is bad, but the storytelling doesn't match the actual thing, which makes elements and characters seem artificial when they are not, when they are actually real people and this actually happens. So it's a strange mixture. I think they should have either gone completely comedy or completely seriously, but to have this comedic movie with some serious stuff in it, well, seriously, it's not like something political seriously, but things that actually happened. So I think it's an internal mismatch with the movie, but overall, it is a nice movie. Like, I wouldn't score it negatively or say it's something to avoid, but also it's nothing special, so you shouldn't really go to the movie to just to watch this. If you have the chance to watch it on demand, okay, that's a great movie for that, but it's nothing you should run to the cinema for. Overall, it's an okay movie, some storytelling issues, but it's interesting.